Hey, I'm Matt Morrett, and I'm from Lingelstown, Pennsylvania. I've been transplanted over to Perry County. I live in Marysville, Pennsylvania, which is the heart of turkey hunting. It's where a lot of things started here in Pennsylvania. And, you know, I have been very fortunate to make a living in the hunting industry, and it's all derived from turkey hunting, from calling in contests from when I was a young man to getting to travel the country and do a lot of different things. But 364 days of my life, I talk about turkey hunting, and I try to lay off on the holiday, on Christmas Day, just so my wife keeps me around, because if I did it on then, she'd probably throw me out of the house. But, you know, turkey hunting has been so important in my life, and I'm so proud to be from Pennsylvania. And I think a lot of things that have come true across this country because of the wild turkey, a lot of it has started right here in the heart of Pennsylvania. And came over to the Game Commission today to give a little bit of tips and tactics and stuff that I've learned throughout the last 30 plus years traveling the country, chasing the greatest game bird of all, and also just to try to maybe talk to some people and talk to some, get through to some younger folks that might want to give it a try, because turkey hunting, in my opinion, is one of the best ways to spend any day in May in the outdoors. When you go out there and have a conversation with the gobbler and it gets you excited, you get him excited, it's not always about taking one over your shoulder out of the woods, but it's about learning from the resource that's out there. And again, I'm proud to be from Pennsylvania, and I hope that some of the stuff that we talk about today might maybe give you a little bit of extra help out there in the spring woods, and definitely get your blood boiling for this coming turkey season. Danielle, we got the slate call mastered. You're ready to go. There's turkeys in your county that are going to be hearing you call to them. I want to talk about another call too, and that's a box call. Again, with any friction call, the sound is built into this call, and it's created by making friction. And a box call, in my opinion, it's the oldest call out there. In my opinion, it's probably the most realistic sounding call that there is. It's 6 1/2 dozen other this between the box and the slate, but it's basically, you just slide that paddle across that soundboard, and it's creating friction. Again, you're wrong-handed. My daughter's left-handed, so and you don't want to put too much pressure. I'm just going to do it here. See how it works there? And just like the slate, when you bring it back across the surface, you don't want to make any noise. You don't want to lift the paddle, so you just. That's awesome. Keep going. If you see smoke coming off it, you know you're doing it right. That's perfect. That's perfect. And that's the basic yelp. The tough thing with a box call is controlling the volume like you can on a slate, just pressure. You know, one thing you can do, the sound is vibrating off this sideboard. You can put your thumb up there to call softer. It's kind of dampening the vibration. That's how you can control the volume. Now, a cluck, it takes a little bit longer to learn, because you kind of use this thumb as a sound or a spring, and you kind of just bounce the paddle. If you want to cut, you just do it a little bit faster. But with a box call, again, the sound's built right into it. So see if you can. About right there. Yeah, see if you can use your thumb as a. It's gonna. You can just tap the paddle with this hand. Oh. Just make sure it's down here on the soundboard. Okay. There you go. See how you use that as a spring? Okay. So I got. Mm-hmm. You got it. You're down pat. And there's probably more turkeys that are in the freezer or on the wall that are called in with a box call than any call that's made. So I'm going to let you take that one home too. But here's one thing I do want to talk about: friction calls. Whether it's a box or a slate call. A box call, if you look under the lid, there's some chalk. It's a water-based chalk that you want to keep. That creates the friction. On a slate or glass or pot-style call, the most important thing you want to do before you go hunting is get the surface prepared. You don't ever want to touch it, because the oil from your fingers is going to make your striker slip. So, a piece of, light sandpaper or a little pad like this that comes with the slate calls, you just keep that surface clear. And in the end of your striker, it'll build up with slate. Every once in a while, you just want to do that. Because you don't want to get out to the woods, a turkey's gobbling, you know, especially, eventually this becomes just like driving or anything else you get, but you don't want to get it and it doesn't make a noise. So that's why you want to keep that prepared on any friction style call.
Thank you.
Sure. You're ready to go. We just need the snow to melt and turkeys start gobbling. Opening day will be here before you know it.
That sounds good.